driving a new era of culture warfare, usually along party lines. One state representative in New Hampshire has had enough of the stance many of his Republican colleagues are taking on COVID and the vaccine. So he switched parties. He's now a Democrat, and he says the GOP has lost its way, and as a doctor, his patients come first ahead of politics. Let's bring in doctor and member of the New Hampshire House of Representatives, William Marsh. So, doctor, walk me through that moment when you decided. I mean, was it something that just kind of started to eat at you, or was it a moment when you decided I've had enough?
Lindsay, this has been building for a long time. As you probably are aware, I've opposed some of the positions taken by Republican House leadership. I fought them on the House floor in June. They stripped me of my position as vice chairman of the Health and Human Services Committee, and kept brewing all summer. I knew that they were going to be holding a rally where they were basically taking anti-mandate, anti-mask, anti-vaccine positions. This was too much, so I left. They confirmed it this week at the Fiscal Committee. The Fiscal Committee this week would have made a tremendous show on Saturday Night Live, but it wasn't a skit. It was real life. And I'm sorry, this is not where I am.
I think you're talking about the fact that the Fiscal Committee actually just rejected $27 million here from the federal government for vaccine distribution. I mean, you know the people involved in this decision making. Can you understand what they were thinking there?
No, I can't understand what they were thinking. I think they've lost their minds, actually. Why would anyone refuse to continue to distribute vaccine to the state of New Hampshire when cases are rising and we're in the middle of a pandemic? It makes absolutely no sense to me, but that's where they are.
Can you understand, because these people are your former colleagues, well, current colleagues, you still have to work with them across the aisle, but can you understand, are they doing this for some kind of political gain? Are they doing it because their constituents are demanding it of them?
I think that when people start repeating things that amongst themselves, they begin to believe that they are actually true. And they've actually deluded themselves into thinking that vaccines don't work, that most of the people who are getting sick are the people that have been vaccinated, not the people that were not vaccinated, that masks are not a protection, that COVID doesn't kill people. The Speaker of the House died, and they think that COVID doesn't kill people. I mean, I cannot understand this.
You've been getting a lot of heat on Twitter. You've been fending off a couple of people. In fact, somebody said in this tweet we're going to show up here, they claimed that you had a, quote, hissy fit over people not wanting to be forced to take an injection. How are you responding to some of the backlash?
I just try to point out the facts as best as I can. The Supreme Court decided that vaccine mandates are legal a long time ago. This was 1905, guys. And this was sustained recently when they refused to receive a case from Indiana, I believe it was. So this is a settled constitutional question. Vaccine mandates are constitutional and they are allowed, and it's time to get over this.
You know, you're not the only member of the GOP moderate frustrated with the party. We just saw Ohio Congressman Anthony Gonzalez says he won't be running again after former President Trump endorsed his opponent. And of course, Trump said he responded with, quote, 1 down, 9 to go, referencing the GOP members that voted to impeach him. What does this say about the state of the Republican Party as a whole? I know maybe locally and nationally here about where it's going and Trump's hold on the party.
Certain people have said that they have a strategy for taking over the Republican Party. They intend to primary people like me, where they can use low voter turnout to bring out their true believers and purge us from the party. I don't think there's any hope of turning the Republican Party around. I've tried my hardest to do that for 5 years because I've always seen myself as a rational person. I wish there were other places to go because I'm not sure that the Democratic Party is necessarily going to be a great fit for me, but we've got 2 choices in America at the moment. So we will see how it goes. I can understand how he feels that way, but he's not trapped. I wasn't trapped.
All right, Dr. Marsh, we appreciate you coming on with us. Thanks so much.
I thank you for having me.
Well, a massive search effort is set to resume to find the fiancé of missing woman Gabby Petito.